Hi folks, here we have an engine I bought off eBay. Let's see, it's made by Carl David Beier, B-I-E-R, and he made it on January 13 of this year. I kept looking at this engine on eBay and I thought, well, he had it listed for $250, buy it now, and then I questioned him about it and he shot back with a $200, buy it now and free shipping, so I bit and just couldn't help it. But you know what the old saying is, you get what you pay for, and that's pretty much the case here. It had some interesting features I thought I liked. I really liked this air check that just built right in, and it has 3 roller bearings and 3 mounts right there. You can tell the flywheel on this side is really untrue, but on the other side it's perfectly true, so it must have been bored at an angle. It has one huge eccentric here, and this thing is just all one big massive piece of metal right there. And this, luckily, it stays pretty centered where it needs to be. There's actually no ridges or anything to keep it in line, but it does stay in place pretty well. A few of the things that just didn't work out was the sight window. I don't know if you can see it, cracked right in half. And it used to be right in there, and it's made of plastic. So with steam, it just blew right out. Mighty fine stream. The problem with this design is, well, for one thing, the tolerances are so tight that it swells up and quits running on steam. You got about 4 minutes and it's going to lock up. This boiler will not run this engine. That's a 3/4 inch bore, and I can't remember the stroke now, but inch and quarter at least. But it's a 2x5 inch boiler, and there's no way, especially with not having a shut off valve right here. There's so much leakage and everything everywhere, it's just not going to run it. I hooked it up to and you can see I replaced the sight glass with a solid piece of brass, and this one was even stripped when I tried tightening it up, but it's holding. By running off the Jensen 50, well, I tried to, and it turned over on steam. It ran on steam for about 4 minutes and locked up just tighter than a bark on a tree. And that's when I found out the flywheel doesn't have any flat spots on the axle, and neither does this connecting rod pulley here. When it all bound up, everything just came loose, and so it's not been flat spotted, so the keepers will set screws will bite. But there are some good parts of the build, but if you don't lube it right here really often, every couple of minutes, it'll just start running slower. But anyway, enough gabbing. Let's fire it up and see what we can do with what we have. I like the gauge on it real well too. And it is actually quite powerful. Let's see what we got here. That's running on 6 pounds. Barely. Just quit. Let's crank it up a little bit. There we go. That's 7 or 8 pounds there. It'll run a little better than that. But like I said, it has a shut-off valve here. And I like the action and everything. It's got some real design flaws in it. Look at that. This flywheel over here, it's about 3/16 of an inch off. I just assumed he had to bore the hub and everything. The whole thing is just off on this side. But it's remarkably true on this side. So go figure. Anyway, interesting little design. I gave $200 for it with shipping. And it weighs about 10 pounds, so it looks good, and it will run on air, kind of, sort of, keep it really oiled, and that's my evaluation of this machine. Thanks for looking. Goodbye.